Listen carefully to what I'm about to say, because this is not a coincidence. If you feel that your own child has distanced themselves from you, if you don't understand why they look at you coldly, or why they reject you for no apparent reason, God has an answer for you today. It's not your fault. There's a hidden spiritual reason behind that wall they've built, and today it will be revealed to you how God will restore them. Don't close the video, because what follows will change your family's story forever. Welcome back. If you're here, it's because you are one of the chosen. Let me ask you something that has been weighing heavily on your soul lately. Have you ever sat in silence, heartbroken, wondering why the people you love most have turned against you? I'm referring to your own flesh and blood, especially your child. Have you felt their silent rejection? Those whispers or those cold stares that make you feel like a stranger in your own home? Listen carefully. This message isn't for everyone. It's only for God's chosen ones. If you've never felt that weight on your spirit, or if you haven't had unsettling dreams, then this video isn't for you. But if you felt that heaven is trying to tell you something, if you receive signs that seem more real than your own life, then understand this. This video reached you at the exact right time. Nothing in the spiritual world happens by accident. Your encounter with God has left its mark on you, and that mark is the reason you feel isolated, misunderstood, and the reason your own child is turned against you. What you carry within is divine, and that exposes what others try to hide. This is not a coincidence. It is an urgent calling. Before we go any further, stay with me. Write the number 777 in the comments as confirmation that this word is for you, like this post right now. That small act tells the algorithm to show this message to other chosen ones who desperately need hope. Share this with someone else today. Your obedience in sharing it could save someone's spirit tonight. You must understand something fundamental. Even before you took your first steps, heaven placed a mark on you. It's not a mark people can see with their eyes, but in the spiritual realm, it shines with an intensity no one can ignore. That light is what sets you apart from everyone else, and it's what makes even your child look at you differently. Do you wonder why you've always felt like an outsider, even in your own home? It's because the mark of the chosen one has been upon you since birth. You were set apart. That mark is connected to your spiritual encounters, to those moments of despair when you wept alone, searching for answers. Those dreams that shook you in the night weren't your imagination or something you ate. They were confirmations of your calling. And because you carry this within you, the people around you sense something they can't explain. Your child perceived this light, but instead of celebrating it, sometimes reacts with rejection. Listen to this carefully and don't be distracted. Have you noticed how the energy shifts when you enter a room? How conversations stop? Or how your child avoids being alone with you? It's not paranoia. It's spiritual discernment. You are sensing what is real in the unseen. Even as a child, you knew you didn't fit in. Perhaps they told you you were strange or too serious. They didn't understand why you asked questions no one else dared to ask. It wasn't rebellion. It was your spirit searching for the truth. And the truth always causes division. The mark of the chosen one also attracts opposition. When you enter a room, people notice you even if you don't speak. There's a presence around you they can't deny. It's not pride or ego. It's the hand of God upon your life. And while some are drawn to that light, many others, even your son, feel threatened. They don't know why, but something within them wants you to diminish, to fade away. Chosen one, remember this. Spiritual things are understood spiritually. Your child may love you in the natural realm, but in the spiritual realm, the enemy stirs them up against you. Why? Because if the enemy succeeds in making you doubt yourself through your child's rejection, he will distract you from your purpose. But when you understand that the rejection is because of God's mark on you, you stop seeing it as a curse and begin to see it as a sign of divine favor. Let me be very clear. This mark isn't earned, it's received. You didn't ask for it, nor did you buy it with good deeds. It was written in your destiny before you were born. That's why you've had visits from angels in your darkest hours. That's why God continues to seek you out through messages like this one. Upon hearing these words, heaven is confirming that you are one of the chosen, and that's why the dynamic with your son will never feel normal by the world's standards. He may mock your beliefs or say you're too religious, but what he doesn't see is that your life is a living testament. You're not called to fit in. You're called to stand out. And that process begins at home, which is where it hurts the most. Every chosen one in the Bible was marked and rejected. Joseph had dreams that caused his brothers to hate him and sell him into slavery. David was anointed king, but his own family rejected him. Even Jesus said that a prophet has no honor in his own house. His own brothers didn't believe him at first. Stay here. Don't ignore this message. What follows is a key to understanding how God will break down that wall of ice between you and your child. His own brothers didn't believe in him until after his resurrection. Why do you think your story would be different? The resistance you feel from your family isn't the end of your journey. On the contrary, it's a test of who you truly are. Chosen one, wear that mark with complete confidence. Don't try to hide it. Don't waste time trying to explain it to those who don't want to understand. And above all, don't try to diminish yourself to make others feel comfortable. That light you possess was placed there for a powerful reason. If they reject you, let them. If they don't understand you, so be it. If they turn against you, take it as confirmation that you carry something divine that they cannot handle. It's time for you to learn to embrace your brand with courage. Don't apologize for the anointing God gave you. Don't back down from your calling. And don't soften your message to make it more palatable to others. If you feel the weight of this brand in your life right now, write yes in the comments. Just that word. Yes. Let it be your covenant with heaven that you finally accept who you are. Listen carefully and don't move. Now we must delve into the hidden reason why your family rejects you. Why do you feel that those who should support you have become your greatest opposition? Why does your home, which should be your refuge, feel like a battlefield? Why does your own blood seem to reject your destiny? The reason is this: your mere presence exposes what they are hiding. The light of the chosen one does not remain silent. Your light speaks without words, preaches without sermons, and confronts without accusations. When you enter a room, the spiritual atmosphere changes completely. Because you carry within you visits from angels, prophetic dreams, and direct messages from God, your son and your family sense it, even if they can't explain it. And because they spend the most time with you, they perceive that force most intensely. They know your story. They've seen you at your worst. But now they notice that something in you has changed, something they can't control or understand. Stay with me until the end, because this changes everything. Your light reveals their darkness. And instead of seeking healing, many respond with rejection. This is the uncomfortable truth. People reject what reminds them of what they are not. When your life begins to show signs that God is calling you, those around you feel singled out, not because you point the finger at them, but because your very existence becomes a mirror reflecting their own shortcomings. They sense the prophetic dreams you carry within you. They feel the divine encounter that transformed you. And if they aren't ready to face their own reality, they will project their discomfort onto you. That's why they accuse you of thinking you're better than them. That's why they mock your faith or your commitment. Don't close the video now. What follows is the secret to using that same light that seems to be driving them away today to bring your child back. They mock your beliefs and dismiss your experiences. Have you noticed that they always bring up your past mistakes whenever you try to talk about your future? Listen carefully. It's not that you're wrong. It's that you're right, and your righteousness disturbs everything they haven't healed within themselves. Your family members, sometimes without realizing it, become carriers of resistance. The enemy uses the trust they have in you as a weapon. If a stranger rejects you, it hurts, but you can forget it. But when your own child rejects you, the pain reaches the core of your identity. It makes you doubt everything. And that is exactly what the adversary seeks. He wants you to question whether those prophetic dreams were real or if that angelic visit was just your imagination. The enemy wants you to doubt every divine message you have received. Stay with me. Listen carefully. You carry a message from God within you. Every time you speak the truth, you challenge the lies others live by. Every dream you share is a mirror reflecting someone else's hidden pain or rebellion. Your light seems like judgment to them, even when you say nothing. Your very presence is a threat to the false peace they have built. That is why isolation follows the chosen ones. It is not a punishment. It is preparation. God is separating you from those who cannot yet bear the weight of what you carry. He is placing you in a place where you must learn to hear His voice above all others. You must learn to trust His word more than the approval of men. Don't leave what's coming is great. You must accept that your calling will always cost you something. You can't carry a divine anointing and expect a crowd to applaud you. You can't have prophetic dreams and expect those who only see the natural to understand you. This isolation is intentional. Every prophet in history went through this. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before the burning bush. Elijah was fed by ravens in solitude before seeing fire from heaven. John the Baptist lived apart from society before preparing the way for Messiah. Even Jesus was led into the desert before beginning his ministry. The pattern is clear. Separation always comes before elevation. Isolation is the step before revelation. Don't move and don't skip the video, because now I'm going to reveal to you how this time of solitude is what God will use for your child to finally recognize the truth and return to your arms. Rejection always precedes recognition. That wall you see in your family today is pushing you into the desert, which is the only place where God can speak to you without interference. In that silence, without the noise of their criticism drowning out the voice of heaven, you will finally receive clarity about your mission. You will understand your prophetic dreams like never before, because you will no longer be trying to please others. You will experience angelic visits more frequently, because you will no longer be distracted by their opinions. Divine messages will flow, because your heart will finally be still enough to receive them. Listen carefully to this. If this is resonating with you right now, I need you to leave a comment below. Write 333 if you have felt this rejection from your own blood. Let's form a community of chosen ones who understand this path. Your comment isn't just for you. It's for someone who will come here later, feeling alone, and seeing your comment will help them understand they are not alone. Your testimony today can help someone else's purpose tonight. Now that you understand why your family, and especially your son, have turned against you, the key question is, how will you respond? Your answer will determine whether the season breaks you or strengthens you. It will determine whether you embrace your calling or turn away from it. It will determine whether you become bitter or become a better person. Don't move and don't skip the video, because these instructions will save your life. First, you must respond with silence when necessary. Not all accusations require you to defend yourself. Not all misunderstandings need an explanation. Not all attacks deserve a counterattack. There will be times when the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing. Let your life be your testimony. Let your perseverance be the answer. Let your peace in the midst of the storm speak louder than any words. When they accuse you of pride, let your humility speak. When they say you think you're better than them, let your service prove them wrong. When they say you're just trying to be special, let your faithfulness in small things show who you truly are. If they mock your prophetic dreams, let time reveal the truth of what you have seen. If they dismiss your angelic visits, let the fruit of your life validate your encounters. Stay with me until the end, for when they question your divine messages, God Himself will show them the truth through the restoration of your child. Let your obedience to those messages become the proof they cannot deny. Chosen one, understand this. You are not called to convince your family of who you are. Your mission is to become who God says you are. When you fully embrace your identity, those who have eyes to see will recognize it, and those who are blind will remain blind, no matter how much you try to explain. Therefore, guard your peace. Protect your anointing. Refuse to waste your energy defending what heaven has already confirmed. Listen carefully and don't let your guard down. Secondly, you must respond with boundaries. Just because they're your family doesn't mean they have unlimited access to your spirit. You have to protect what God has planted in you. If your child's words are draining you, limit the time you spend listening to their negativity. If their presence disturbs your peace, create distance. If their skepticism is poison your faith, withdraw. This isn't hatred, it's wisdom. It's not being mean, it's being mature. You're not abandoning them. You're stewarding the gift God gave you. A gardener doesn't allow weeds to choke out the life that you grow. And you, chosen one, are a garden that heaven is tending. Don't let anyone poison your soil. Don't let anyone trample your seeds. Your calling is too urgent to allow the dysfunction of others to destroy what God is building in you. Third, respond with prayer, not attacks. When they speak against you, pray for them. When they seem to be trying to bring you down, intercede for their salvation. When they celebrate your problems, ask God to open their eyes. This is not weakness. This is spiritual warfare. Your true enemy is not your own flesh and blood. The real enemy is not your child, your parents, or your siblings. The enemy is the spiritual force that uses them to try to hinder your destiny. So fight in the spirit, not in the flesh. Fast for their deliverance. Declare that the same God who marked you will open their eyes, so they can see what they cannot see today. Stay with me until the very last second, because your victory will not be complete if they remain captive. You will want them to be free enough to celebrate with you, not hate you, when God lifts you up. Fourth, respond consistently. Don't let your child's rejection deter you from your task. Don't let their misunderstanding hold you back or their mockery silence the message God has given you. Keep praying. Keep growing. Let every prophetic dream propel you forward. Let every visit from angels remind you that you are not alone on this journey. Let every divine message fuel your obedience. When they tell you that you're wasting your time, prove them wrong with your persistence. When they claim you'll never amount to anything, let your progress speak for itself. When they say that God hasn't truly called you, let your actions demonstrate the truth. Perseverance is a language that, in time, even the blind can understand. Your faithfulness will last far longer than their doubts. Listen carefully. Your son-esque rejection will not last forever. The day will come when what God has done in your life will be undeniable. There will come a time when those who mock you today will be astonished by what heaven has made possible in your life. But that day will only come if you refuse to give up now. So hang in there, chosen one. Your vindication is on its way. Your breakthrough is already in transit. Your miracle is being prepared in your spirit. And when it manifests, it will be so clear that even those who rejected you will have to admit that God's hand was upon you all along. Before we continue, if you're still with me, write the word breakfast in the comments. Just that one word. And make sure you're subscribed, because the next post I publish might be the exact word you need to take your purpose to the next level. Chosen one. Now that you understand why your family has turned against you and see how that mark separates you, comes the most important question. How you fully enter into your vocation. First, you must accept that your path will never resemble theirs. Stop expecting your family to approve of your journey. Stop expecting them to validate your prophetic dreams. They may never understand, and that's okay, because the calling wasn't given to them. It was given to you. To walk with power, you have to let go of the need for their approval and embrace the authority God has already given you. I know it's difficult. We are programmed to seek the affection and approval of our own flesh and blood, but you must make a decision today. You can have their comfort, or you can have your calling. You can have their approval, or you can fulfill your mission. You can't have both at the same time. At least not now. You must decide which one you are willing to give everything for. Stay with me until the very last second, because the choice you make today will determine whether your son finds his way back home. Your calling is not a suggestion, it's a command. Heaven has invested too much in you for you to continue trying to go unnoticed. Those visits from the angels weren't just visits. They were instructions. Your prophetic dreams weren't coincidences. They were directions. Every divine message you received has been a direct assignment. In embracing your vocation, you must treat every encounter with God as preparation for action. Walking in your calling means walking with courage. Stop hiding your light. Stop downplaying your gifts. Listen carefully and don't shy away. Stop silencing your witness just because others can't handle your truth. You were chosen to stand out, not to fit in. You were called to be a city on a hilltop, not a candle hidden in a corner. Throughout history, none of God's chosen ones fit the mold. Moses couldn't speak well, but he spoke for God. David was the youngest and rejected by his father, but he was the anointed king. Esther was an orphan, but she saved an entire nation. They all had reasons to back down, but they stepped forward. You must do the same today. Another key is immediate obedience. Chosen one, don't delay what God has commanded you to do. If he told you to speak, speak today. If he told you to write, do it now. If he told you to move, do it immediately. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. The divine message within you has an expiration date. Someone else's advancement, even your own child's, is tied to your obeying right now. You must live with discipline. Your calling isn't based on how you feel. It's based on your consistency. Pray even when you don't feel like it. Fast when your body craves comfort. Study the word when distractions call. Discipline is what separates those who only talk about destiny from those who truly fulfill it. Embracing your calling requires resilience. You will face storms, setbacks, and opposition. But every storm is proof that you are on the right path. Ships weren't built to stay in port. They were built to sail. Your calling wasn't given to you for comfort, but to make an impact. Don't let the waves of rejection sink you. Stay with me. Listen to this calmly. Ultimately, embracing your vocation means accepting your true identity. Stop calling yourself ordinary when heaven calls you chosen. Stop saying you are weak when heaven says you are strong. Stop doubting your spiritual encounters when God has already confirmed them. The chosen one walks differently because they know who they are. They don't walk with arrogance, but with authority. They don't walk with pride, but with power. Listen carefully. You are not who your family says you are. You are who heaven says you are. Your childless rejection doesn't define you. Your vocation does. Your identity is not something to be negotiated. Your identity was already established before you were born. Chosen one, the time has come. No more waiting, no more hiding, and no more shrinking from others. Your childless rejection never had the power to stop you. In fact, it was meant to shape you. Isolation wasn't created to break you, but to build you up. Those angelic visits, prophecies, and dreams weren't meant to be kept private. Their purpose was to propel you toward your mission. Courageously accept your calling today. Right now, heaven awaits your yes, and the earth yearns for your manifestation. There is someone who desperately needs a message you carry. If you're ready to embrace your calling, comment right now, "I'm ready." Let that be your public declaration that you're no longer going to play small. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what heaven has in store for you. We have reached the final revelation. You have asked why your family turned their backs on you, and today the truth has been revealed. It is because you are the chosen one. You are marked. You are set apart. What God placed within you exposes what others prefer to keep hidden. Their rejection is not your end. It is your confirmation. Now you understand. Your prophetic dreams were never ordinary. They were direct messages from heaven preparing you for the journey. You know that your encounters with angels weren't coincidences, but sacred appointments to remind you that you don't walk alone. Everything, your spirituality, your encounters, your isolation, and that pain from your son's rejection, points to one undeniable truth. You are God's chosen one. Listen carefully and stay still. This is your moment of awakening. The questioning of who you are is over. No more doubts about what you've experienced. No more retreating, because your family doesn't understand you. The rejection you faced was how the heavens molded you into a vessel strong enough to bear the weight of your destiny. Your mission is not ordinary, which is why the battle has been so intense. Let me tell you something vital. The same family that rejects you today will one day need the light you carry. The same voices that mocked you will fall silent when they see your prophecy fulfilled. Those who said you were nothing will have to witness God exalt you in their eyes. And it won't be out of pride, but because the word of God never returns empty. Your dreams will come true. Your divine messages will be fulfilled. And every angelic visit you've had will bear fruit. God will restore your child's heart. And when that happens, he will see that the Creator's hand was always upon you. You have received proof of this truth. You are chosen, and nothing can change that. So what should you do now? Walk with courage. Speak with authority. Move with purpose. Embrace your calling without apology to anyone. The time for hiding is over. The time for self-doubt is over. The time for fear is past. You were trained in isolation, refined through rejection, and strengthened by every encounter with the divine. Now is the time to rise. Chosen one, let your life become the greatest testimony. Let your steadfastness silence your critics, and let your faith eclipse all doubt. Don't waste another second trying to explain yourself to those who cannot see. Instead, invest every breath in fulfilling the task God has entrusted to you. The world needs what you carry within you, even if your own blood cannot yet recognize it. Listen carefully, because this seals your destiny. When you finish, I want you to seal this moment with an act of faith. Write the number 777, 333, or 999 in the comments as your declaration that you have received and accepted this message. Chosen one, this is your confirmation. Heaven guided you to this video at the perfect time, and nothing will ever be the same for you. Subscribe now and share this message with another chosen one who is suffering because their family has rejected them. Your obedience in sharing this could be the divine message that saves someone's spirit tonight. Chosen one, lift up your head. You have not been rejected. You have been redirected. You are not abandoned. You are anointed. You are not forgotten. You are favored by the Most High. And no matter what your family has said or what your child thinks today, heaven has the final word, and his word is stronger than any rejection. You are the chosen one. You are called, and now you are ready. Move forward with courage, for your destiny awaits. Together, we ascend toward the light.